Hey guys, Brian from NBK Reptiles here, and basically, welcome to my casa. So basically guys, I wanted to make sure I was going to get a video for you guys this week, even though I cannot be at the warehouse. The main reason why, I ended up getting COVID 14 days ago, basically because my son ended up getting it first. 4 days later, I ended up getting it. But I'm basically getting out of jail tomorrow. So in about 2 days, I'll be back at the warehouse working, but right now the staff's been taking care of everything and then everything's been going well. But I wanted to make sure that I'm gonna get an awesome video for you guys. And I mean, you guys are gonna have to bear with me. It's gonna be basically a little bit more personal, a little bit about like basically me talking to you guys directly up. And I mean, people that know me, I love to talk, know that I can talk for hours and hours. So we're gonna make it basically like this. We're going to talk about a couple of random things, but the most important thing that I want to talk to you guys about is I always get the question, and basically the question is, what is NBK? So what does NBK stand for? But before we get to there, I want to basically just make sure that you guys subscribe to our channel, because we really appreciate all the effort that you guys put into watching all our videos, and that you have to put up with me talking for all these minutes for basically this 10 minutes weekly. But we really appreciate. Make sure you like this video, and you know what, make a comment. If you like talking, do you like me talking, do you like me sharing a lot of information, maybe a little bit more personal information with you guys? I'd love to do it. Maybe have like a little segment here and there. And until then, we're going to basically get right onto it. Now, before I get to NBK, when I'm at home, what have I been doing? What have I been doing for 14 days? Now, first of all, I'm doing good. I do have my vaccination. I got my two doses, but I ended up getting a lot of symptoms, a lot of headaches, and it was a little bit crazy. I lost my taste, I lost my smell, but today definitely feeling better. And then we're basically aiming to do very well and come back even stronger than ever. Now, what do I do when I'm at home? Definitely, you guys can see I watch football. I love football. Basically, the Cowboys are playing the Saints today. So when you guys are going to see this video, the Cowboys will have won. Let's hope. And I'm basically going to watch the game. I love always to watch a lot of football. And one of the things that I like to do is that I love to care for my plants. Now, I have a lot of plants at home. I don't have any animals at home because I spend more time at work taking care of animals. So when I get home, I don't want any animals. But people know that when I get into something, I get into something really crazy. So like I have plants like this ficus. So this ficus is a Ficus elastica. Yes, we know their Latin names as well. It's basically a rubber plant. But this one, what I love about them is the mutation. So this is a Tineke mutation. Now this one is because they have 4 different mutations. They have a rubii, a Tineke like this, there's a green one, a burgundy one, there's a ton of them. But I mean, they're so amazing plants. And I mean, I love to care for my plants. I cut them up, I make little sprouts, I start them up again. Then I go on like these random like Craigslist and Kijiji and I sell them for like $3, $4, $5. And I call my friends, I give plants to everybody. I just love to reproduce stuff. I love production. I love to do it. When I see something that I can reproduce, I gotta do it, you know, it's so important. So the Ficus elastica is definitely one of my favorite plants that I have. It's super easily maintainable as well. But another one that I really love that I basically got into not too long ago is basically from Antoine. Antoine basically gave me just a little tip, a little sprout. And then I ended up getting these crazy monsteras. I love monsteras. And I mean, now I see these $1,000 plants. And I mean, like those different ones, the variegatas, which are like white and green. And I mean, like, oh my God, this is crazy. So like next thing you know, my mind is going like, oh, I gotta start breeding like more plants and doing more of these things because I just love these things, you know? And I mean, I cut them up, I cut little pieces and then I start them up again and then grow more and more and then it never stops. But the truth is, I love it. I'm impulsive like most people out there. And I love to do these things. That's my passion. So guys, so that is exactly what NBK Reptiles stands for. And it basically stands for passion, okay? So NBK is just basically generational passion. So basically N for Nuran, B for Brian, and K for Kevin, which is Nuran being the father. It was very important for him to share his passion with his sons. And I mean, we grew up in our house with hundreds of reptiles in our basement, and our father shared his passion with us throughout all our childhood, where we ended up enjoying them so much that we basically both do this for a living nowadays. So Nuran, definitely you did your job, and we hope that we're going to take those same exact steps and that we're able to share our passion with our kids for a third generation down. And I mean, we're definitely looking into it. So that's exactly what MBK Reptiles is. So it's N for Brian, N for Nuran, Brian, and Kevin. And basically back then, Nuran was drawing it up, and he would draw it up with the N being a snake and basically the N going over the B and the K for basically sharing this knowledge and looking over us. And that's definitely what he's wanted to do all his life, is to make sure that he looks over our life, you know, which is definitely a quality that we love about our father, you know. So guys, back after that, in 2010, I started working full-time at the breeding facility, and I basically wanted to give MBK Reptiles a little bit more of a visible look, being less underground than we were. And so I basically designed the logo, but I wanted to keep that same idea. So that's where we basically kept the N going over the B and the K, because we want to make sure that we keep this passion and sharing this knowledge over and over, and that we keep moving forward, right? And that's why, I mean, it is tattooed on me. So this is it for life. Now, the N, basically I chose a yellow snake. Now, it is basically a yellow and black snake just because the black just looks better on the logo type. But when we think about yellow, that's basically definitely the color that I think about when I think about my childhood snakes. Now, when we were young, we had albino Burmese pythons in our basement. It was crazy to think that you'd come back from elementary school, you walk into your basement, and then you had like a 16-foot albino Burmese python. But it was so crazy because when we were there, there's so many things and so many crazy memorable moments that we had with those Burmese python. Now, I can remember one day, she was laying eggs, and she laid over 80 eggs, and Nuran was basically just standing there and then picking up the tail, and he just collect the eggs one by one. And I mean, I can remember these things even though I wasn't even there. It's like as if I was, because we've like heard about the story so many times, and we've seen the videos and the pictures. It's like just amazing moments that we've had. Now, nowadays, we're not as lucky because we have a lot of regulations and restrictions when it comes to sizes of snakes that we can have, depending where you live and whatnot. We have some awesome associations that are fighting for us to basically have the right to have all these animals in our care. So nonetheless, guys, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to be able to share with you guys today. So MBK Reptiles is definitely all about passion. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, with my craziness at home. COVID's basically done. We're going to get back into it. Next week, you guys are going to see me, and I'm going to be back in the warehouse. We're going to talk to the staff. We're going to see all the amazing stuff and all these new animals that we have that are growing up. Until then, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for all that you guys do. I just love sharing it. I mean, it's really weird sometimes because we're just talking to camera, especially right now. I don't even have Antoine behind the camera telling me, going like this. He usually goes like this. He goes, you know, like that, because he knows that I can talk for hours and hours. And I mean, my videos can go for 20, 30 minutes, but we want to make sure that we have manageable videos for you guys that are between like the 8 to 12 minute mark. And I mean, I hope this is going to be around that time. And until then, have a good game, go Cowboys, and no stress. And I'll see you guys later on.